And welcome back. Today we have a bit of a bonus game today because this was played in December. I wasn't actually intending to play any more Tales of Tribute, but it was an endeavor for the day, and I didn't really have anything else better. Didn't really have anything else to do, so let's just play some Tales of Tribute. Opponent picks Ansei. I go Mora and Rajhin. We're going second, unfortunately. Ansei is something we haven't played. Is I think one of the rarest patrons to see picked up, despite it being it's definitely a very tricky patron to play around because you always have to consider how much power you have. And Psijic for the last. So main ways to win would be Mora and Ansei. Psijic can't really win by itself that much, I think, and Rajhin doesn't really win by itself at all. Doesn't generate any power or prestige. So and the board, the tavern is pretty empty. There's nothing very interesting on it. In this case, probably want to use Treasury with my opponent, but because Midnight, the Midnight, it gets rid of a card, but it doesn't improve your economy whatsoever. Rajhin is always very difficult. Sorry, Ansei always very difficult to play. Let's see if we draw anything else. Nope, it's all garbage. So I actually get rid of my Unsealed Glyphic, which is I'm not sure this is the correct move because it's when you're playing with Ansei on the field, it's actually quite important. You have a bit of power advantage. I knew my opponent won't get the Ansei power next turn, so that's quite important. But if you can generate some power, it's always important to flip, because then you can flip the Ansei power to your side, and it just gives you free value for the rest of the game, essentially. So now it's basically a race to see which of us gets the six cost cards. He has one Writ of Coin, I have two Writs of Coin. Of course, he's super lucky and gets the Writ of Coin, so he gets to buy one of the healers, and I'm gonna pick up the other one because, you know, I got the Treasury. And let's see where the game goes from there. So at least we have one healers, and that is enough for us to generate power and allow us to use the Ansei power to fight over the Ansei power, essentially. This case, he does actually have enough to flip the Ansei power to his side, and I don't, so he's gonna get free gold for the rest of the game. Not something I really want to look for. He could have Augur's Council as well to stack his deck nicely. That is something that he could have considered. Anyway, I don't have that. I do have 6 gold, so I'm thinking, yeah, probably the best use of my 6 gold is to pick up the Agent. The Agent is not the best, but it's definitely something that has to be dealt with, and it does trigger my, importantly, it triggers my Ansei combos. So that's another big reason why I picked it up. Right now it's totally useless because unless I really wanted to bring something I bought directly from the tavern into my next draw, but there's nothing I really want to draw. He does get me the, he does give me one free Rajhin card, which I find that acceptable. In this case, unfortunately, I don't think, pick up the Dreaming Cave because we don't have quite enough power because we picked up the Noshira Poet, so maybe that was a mistake all along. Yeah, but let's see where we go from there. I really want to pick up Dreaming Cave, that's so important, but I don't have reach power. I can Ansei once, but that's not that great, to be honest. So yeah, I think this might... the alternative is I use the Mora power to pick up the Dreaming Cave for myself and my opponent. Shadow Slumber is 2 gold, which is okay. I might get the Swipe next, which is also... I might get the Rajhin combo, which is not the worst, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this isn't too great. I mean, the nice thing is we got the Hero's End combo off. That's the one nice thing. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Swipe, the Rajhin power going, so that makes me a bit sad. He's gonna pick up Dreaming Cave for sure. Our opponent's deck is actually better than ours at this stage. Like, we have pretty uninteresting cards. Seeker Aspirant is fine, but no one really has any Mora cards. Mora cards haven't really shown themselves this round. So it's basically there just to get rid of one card, which is... It's fine. It's dangerous because you give your opponent 3 gold when you buy it. The sort of good news is that there aren't many gold sinks in this game right now. There aren't super expensive cards that are must buy. And you can't have... There's no like Crow available, or... the way you can spend... Like, it's possible to have too much gold, essentially, and not enough good options to buy. So I'm okay picking up this Seeker's Aspirant next. Opponent buys Augurs, which lets him stack his deck quite nicely. Shows the Lantern, which I might actually just pick up, to be honest. I like Lantern. I think it's a great card. Generates a good amount of power. Very annoying. We go with Seekers, which... I'm not super convinced. I mean, as you can see, I'm not really fighting over the Ansei power because I find that... Yeah, we have to do that. I mean, Psijic, we don't really have any Psijic combos, but I'm not really fighting over Ansei power. I think spending 2 gold is a real cost. And if we're trying to get to 40 prestige as fast as possible, it actually may not be correct to fight over the Ansei power. Especially since there's so much gold in the game right now. I just gave him 3 gold with Secret Aspirant, plus he got Ansei on his side, so he's gonna get even more gold. He actually could win right now with Tithe plus Rajhin power. And at this stage I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I lost this game because he can just do that. But I don't think he sees it, actually, which is perfectly fine by me. I have... he just bought that, and he's like, oh, I could have just Tithe and Rajhin to win. So yeah, big mistake on my opponent's part. We need to fight back now immediately because we don't want anything silly to go on. We do get 1-3 power combo, which I'm fine with. We fight over Ansei, which... And I do that so that he can't kill my no Shirapo that easily, but to be honest, I know he's gonna draw the Rajhin agent killing cards his next turn, so I think it's debatable whether I should have done that or not. I mean, I did reveal a lot of very interesting and very powerful cards. He hears N to stack his deck a bit better, which I am not so sure of. Especially in this case, because now he can't kill my no Shirapo, and I'm about to get like a big Ansei combo going. Which is interesting. I think he shouldn't leave my no Shirapo alive. It just is free value if he doesn't kill it. But anyway, we'll see where we go from there. I'm gonna buy something cool, probably the Conquest. I think Conquest is, you know, it's 3 power, it's a good card. And then we can stack our deck. Let's seal our seal our fate first by picking up the Rajhin. So just to make sure a random Tithe that comes up is not gonna win him the game immediately. We are quite a bit ahead because we have been relatively minimal with our power usage. Like we only used the Ansei power once. Our opponent used Mora power once, which is basically -3 power for him. To get I don't think it was correct for him to use the Mora power to give us both the Rajhin card. Like, Mora power should only be used if you think your opponent will not benefit from the card whatsoever. But I think having this 7 cost generally useful Rajhin card is quite good. Generating a lot of gold, a lot of power. Let's see what he gets from that. The thing is, like I was saying, you need to be able to buy good cards with your gold, and right now there's nothing good in the Tavern to buy. I mean, I may even buy the Imprisonment just to rush a bit faster. That's a very legit possibility. What's the last one? Way off the... okay. And then he spends 2 gold once more. So he spent 4 power so far to turn the Ansei to his side. And -4 power is... I'm not so sure he should be focusing so much on that because we got a lot of things that generate gold. I don't think Ansei is that worth fighting over at the moment, to be honest. Anyway, let's see what else we get. I mean, Ansei's victory is great. 6. It's a good amount of power. Very tempting. Alternative is Dreaming Cave. I'm leaning towards Dreaming Cave because I think it makes my deck better. Cipher of the Eye, give it more gold. I think that's fine because, like I was saying, I think we all have so much gold available at the moment, it doesn't really matter whether we're using oh, I used Ansei power again. I think that's a mistake because why bother unless I'm scared of Patron Victory. But I don't think it's worth the 2 power. Essentially, I gave him a bajillion gold anyway, so... oh, he can't buy the Ansei's victory, that's fine. And I was saying, basically, Cypher's Eye already gives him 3 gold. Giving him 1 extra gold is not gonna matter. So I think it was a mistake. Like, I could be 2 power up right now. So what if he gets a little bit more... a little bit of gold, it doesn't really matter. That Mora card is not very good. I'm not sure what purpose it serves. Imprisonment, and he leaves my Cipher of the Eye alive, which I'm okay with. It makes my deck better the longer it lives, and I think, like I was saying, I think we both have plenty of gold to work with. I think giving him 3 gold is not that big a drawback, actually. We could also stack our deck, but I don't think that's useful right now. I really wish we could pick up the Ansei victory, but we can't. I'm just gonna go slightly more rushy. Treasury, please. Let's not use our let's not use our Ansei power more than necessary. Our deck is getting a bit smaller now, which I'm more than happy with. He's trying for the Patron Victory again, so we can't let him get that. But he spent 3 gold doing that, and what's he gonna do with his remaining 3 gold? Buy a Scrying Globe, which is not that great. Like, the Tavern right now is pretty sad, and he's buying all sorts of cards that I don't think are that great, to be honest. Like, it's kind of like not really that interesting. We always have our power, which makes us happy. finally buying a Mora card, which I think is past due, and we need to fight over Patron Power, so yeah, we gotta do that. I feel like I wish somehow I'm still not getting the combos I really want to get going. I mean, I got one reach combo going now, which is I'm happy with. Our opponent is generating a lot of power still because yeah, his deck he does have a bunch of good cards in his deck. But I think not this turn. This turn he just has a lot of gold, no power generation. Same story again and again. Can he manage to turn his gold into power in order to win? We are very close to victory at this stage. As you can see, Ansei's victory. If he had the crow power available, he could immediately turn all that gold into power and win the game right there and then. But he doesn't. I mean, my deck does not generate nearly as much gold as my opponent. I could not fight over crow as effectively. So buys the Ansei's victory, which is slow. I mean, it's very slow. Can he survive one more cycle? I'm not so sure. Anyway, we got Harvest Season. So whoa. Yeah, we no Shira Poet first. Then we Harvest Season into our Conquest to get the power combos with Year's End, and yeah, that's a lot of power. I would want to get Crow to seal the deal, but I would use the Crow Hero power to seal the deal, but never mind. We have to Rajhin to fight over Patron one more time. Can our opponent generate enough to get 40? Let's see. At this stage I thought I had won because I had 40 prestige, or essentially 39 prestige and 1 power. But as it turns out, and he has a billion gold again, but he can't do anything with the gold. So he's kind of stuck. I mean, he's really wishing there's a crow available in this game, but he can't. Only thing he can do is just buy things, sort of in hoping that he can match my power, or somehow win with another extra patron power turn to spend Rajhin one more time. That's also possible. We have to fight over Rajhin. We have just enough power to make it past 40, but all we gotta do is somehow beat our opponent, who has just 3 power to get to 40, which is not great. And I see this and I'm like, this is really garbage. I really want to get my Ansei combos going. At least you can Rag Pick away Bewilderment, and we still have enough left over to use the Rajhin power to fight over that. And yeah, can't really do much. So yeah, 41 power. Can our opponent be 41 power? He just needs one Ansei card. One is a Bewilderment. He got the Ansei's victory, which he bought the last turn. That's a 5 or 6 power. Can't remember which one it was, but I mean, at this stage, I'm expecting him to go for another major power. But we drew some nice power cards now. We have cycled through our deck to the point that we have achieved that. So I'm happy. This is acceptable. The big cards that our opponent wanted to get, not available. The Ansei cards that he bought, not available. So he's at 40 power right now. Can he make it to 41? No. Very fun game. Very close game. And yeah.